Hey there, Dark Star here, I think. Hasn't come up. There we go. So today I'm in the DC-3, and I was just flying around Australia here for a bit and hit some pretty bad weather. We're on live weather, so thought I'd share my failures. Sometimes I sort of pull things out, but they're not usually very pretty. Yeah, we got some pretty nasty weather going on here. It's kind of a fun plane. Kind of mostly old school, but it does have some GPS and navigation. Looks like we got some really nasty winds going on right now. And I'm not sure I want to be landing this direction, to be honest. Means 8 knots from 110. Well, okay. We are in our descent already. Descending in this thing is kind of weird. VFR. Not sure I can trust this. I do have my target altitude at 4,000 feet. We want to hit 4,000 feet, 1 nautical mile before Betso, which I don't know what's out here. It says Betso 4,000. We're currently target descent is 400 feet per minute. I'm a little bit ahead of it. This thing is not very accurate, so we can pull this back to 400 here. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on this VNAV thing. I don't think it does it automatically. I'm not sure. So we are looking for a localizer of 110.1. We have that in both of our radios up here. This lets us switch between the frequencies. I don't know how that's going to work. I have our course dialed in, 196 here. And should be 196. We should be coming in around this way. Yeah, so there we are. So we're going to come up around this way. And then Ogatu, we want to be 16.5. But we should be able to pick up the ILS here at this 4,000 foot level. But I have no idea what that looks like. I have not trained in this plane or anything. Alright, way just above 10,000. I don't know what the difference between close and off is in a cowl flap. I know what cowl flaps are. They're these things out here. Help cool off the engines or let them warm up. Guessing we want them closed right now. Temps look a little hot. Like, supposedly trail is a little bit open. So maybe we could turn those on and we'll try and see what happens here. This carb and air. I did find a carb heater and that is currently on. I was getting some definite icing on the windows, so I turn on some de-icing heaters. You can see we're at quite an angle here. Here comes our 10,000 feet. Get a little bit of power back in, I guess, here. So I think normal cruise, from what I understand, is like here in the blue range. And of course, when we're on final, we'll want to go max RPM, max... Oh, why did that... I had that on lean. Must have bumped it. I got good fuel pressure. We're getting low on fuel in our aux tank, so let's go left main, right main. Okay, so we got some fuel there. We keep losing manifold pressure here. I'm guessing that's from the descent? I don't know for sure. So we gotta fly up here and make a left. Come in on that runway heading. See it better up here, unfortunately. It's cheating. And then let's see our runway. You can't get closer to the EFB. Threshold of the runway is at 11 feet. So it is right on the ocean. So what I might want to do is set my VNav here for that, once we get down to Betso here. And if that all fails, we will fall back on EFB flying. You see we're in a thick of a mess here. I don't know how to make this thing hold a heading. So feel free to drop something in the comments. I thought it was this desired heading, but that doesn't really do anything even in heading mode, so. Now if I change this, my understanding is this should align to that, but this will turn us, but it doesn't, it just turns to whatever. I don't know. It didn't work very well. I don't think this is the heading bug. And this didn't do anything. Oh, now our VNav profile is saying we need to be 600, 700 feet per minute. Let's go 800, just get a little bit of ahead of it. Keep an eye on our descent rate here, since we are strictly instrument landing here. Oh, can you imagine the old days where you did not have this and you did not have this? You were just looking at this. You would be dialing in different BORs here and watching them on a chart and tracking the needles. This will switch your OBS between nav 1 and nav 2. Have them both set the same, so. 6, I do believe. Of course, here's your magnetic compass. And I think you're supposed to align this to it. I'm thinking we might be having compass drift here. So I think that should be about 340, right? So I think what we would do is dial this to 340. Well, I mean, technically this says 342, so that's probably more accurate. I don't know that I could tell that. And it's funny, it's like mounted with 3 elastic bands here, so that absorb vibration. Got the wipers. Open the windows. Got kind of a cool cabin area, but you just fade through this door, and then that's as far as you can go, and you got seatbelts hanging midair for some reason. Quite the luxurious cabin, though. Don't jump into the propeller. There's like flap handle select, engine pump selector, manual hydraulic pressure pump. Pump to acquire hydraulic pressure without engine on. I guess engine failure. You got the tail wheel lock here. Rudder trim, aileron trim, parking brake. What? Emergency autopilot power. And cross feed is not enabled. We saw mixture controls, throttles, prop RPM settings, carb heats. And these apparently don't do anything. And this took me forever to figure out, but to hide the steering wheel, it's this panel right here. Like, I was trying to click on the steering wheel, I was trying to find it. It took me like an hour to find that. And this one is this thing, which is weird. That's what it is. And it looks like it's got some things that are for the sim. Like quick start, cold dark start. I think open luggage door, passenger door, secure aircraft with chocks and tie-offs. So I think those are just for the sim. And this is what they call the, shoot, now I can't think of the word, retrofit, I believe. Alright, we're coming up on our turn to final here. We are apparently way high. So now we need to drop. I think it's because we're so fast. Get over speed here and blow up, but okay, we're going for 4,000. We're at 5,000. Like, I just need to get to 4,000. It doesn't have to be exactly on point. Why is this not working? Should be on altitude lock now. How are we doing? Looks like we're holding pretty well. Our speed's coming down. We get a little bit of power back in here. We're making our turn. So now, in theory, we can see the localizer is working. Let's get turned on to final here, and then enable approach mode, I hope. Alright, I believe that is glide slope armed. Arm, yes. Okay. We are leveling out currently. Looks to me like 3,800 now. I don't think I can do this in time. I wish the EFB had the altitudes on it, but I'm thinking at here we need to be considerably lower than we are. Let's set kind of like a safety at, I don't know, 1,200, so we don't smack into the ground. 3,000. 2,800. And that's just the marker, I hope. So our speed is pretty high right now. It doesn't want me to go any further back on the prop than that. How am I supposed to slow down? I wonder what we can drop our gear at. Guess we'll find out. 1600. Starting to see some definition out here. Can't make anything out yet. Glide slope is still armed, but it says approach mode is off. I don't know what that means. Okay. Well, there's the runway. We are going very, very fast, though. It's a nice long runway, so maybe we should coast down the runway here and see what happens. Start pulling up on this thing, it's going to slow down really fast. Oops. Okay, I'm adding a little bit of power in. Thing is like crazy. And I think I made the classic blunder here. It's just uncontrollable. I mean, I think the thing is locked. I'm not even sure. Tail wheel locked. We'll unlock it. Useless visual point controls. Well, we made it in one piece. Don't feel like these are modeled real well, like just because they bounce and fly around so much on the runway. How our temperatures and everything are. They look okay. Part of my problem was I have two different control setups, one for prop planes where I have to worry about the RPMs and one where I don't, and I I wasn't using the correct controls. So as a consequence, when I landed, I had the brakes halfway on. Nice. We definitely smacked that wing. Don't think we hit the prop though. Well, wasn't pretty. Let's see if we can get it shut down. Alright, we have the tail wheel is unlocked. Parking brake. Set. Parking brake on. Prop controls are pull forward. Mixture, we can go to idle cutoff, maybe. There we go. Fuel selectors can be off. Off. Master ignition. I do not know where that is. That's the one that's push on, pull off. Off. Okay, and then right next to it are the magnetos. Those go off. Radios off. That's just brightness, that's not off. I don't know what it wants me to do with some of these things. Oh, I hate it when you get blocked by every single thing in the cabin. Like I cannot look down any further than that. That's as far down as it will let me go. Like why? Well, why did you think that was a good idea? And these thingies need work too. Battery switch. Oh. And the mouse needs work too. But like I feel like we should really get like all this stuff off first. And then battery off. Not even in there. Set aircraft security. So we can put that on. So, can we get out of here? Wonder how. Let's look from the outside, see what we see. You can't remove the chocks from the outside. Okay, there's your luggage. And nope, you just clip into it. Partially. That's weird. You can walk through the plane, but not forward. Well, it's got some of the inspection things. I like the fire extinguishers. I do believe that is realistic too. Well, you can examine it all the way over here. I don't know how realistic that is, but you were way up there in that thing. Not to mention, like, in a rocket ship. I mean, it feels like it, like you're pointed up here. Like, well, that was a very bad weather landing. At least we managed to get here. But did not successfully catch the ILS approach, that's for sure. And need to do a little research and figure out how to make that work in this thing. Off the Gold Coast. So I have all these little runways loaded. That we can fly in and out of in Papua New Guinea. Where are my runways? There's one. Okay, here's a bunch. These are tricky. So let's make a list. Let's try to do a little tour here. So we got AYAQ. And we got AYYZ. AYRJ. AYPR. That doesn't look right. Pretty sure that's not going to come up. We might depart from this one. Otherwise we might not be able to find it. And I certainly don't want that plane. Time for the Kodiak. Hmm. 2,000 feet. Wish they would fix the EFB flight plan integration in more of these planes. Definitely doesn't work in the Kodiak. Although the Kodiak is a third-party plane I got. I did get it off the marketplace, but it's a 2020 plane. So some of it doesn't work right in 2024. Other than that, it's a fun plane. You're gonna be all slow on me, huh? Let's try again. Sometimes that helps. Update our label. Oh, come on. Thought I changed that one. Wait, if that's my departure, why does it show me going out that way? seems backwards. Oy. I wish it at least gave you some diagnostics or something. Like, what are you doing? Why it's taking so long? It is not my internet, I'll tell you that. Yeah, see? 480 megabits a second. Half a gigabyte. Oh, and uploads even more. Well, okay, now it dropped, but 400, 500. Internet is fine. CPU's at 20%, memory's at 50%, GPU's at 70%. My system's sitting here idle, waiting on this thing to figure out what it wants to do. Guess that's better than crashing, but that's funny. In the little debug window, you can see the latitude and longitude moving and the altitude moving. Their little random drifter icon, animation. I don't know, restart. Maybe I should play Stray instead. So I haven't been to Brazil. That was bumpy. What are you doing to me here? One of the many bugs in this plane. What did it pick for us? Eight. Okay, so we're looking to be at about 3,100 feet for final. Not sure how we're supposed to get there, so we'll just have to find our way through the canyons. I'm going to do a full flap takeoff here. I'm going to try this canyon here on the right.
$500. $500.
Climb at about 101 here. looks like we're gonna make it. Got some scenery here. Nicely done.
500. 500.
So now we're to AYPR. What did we want to be at? So we wanted to send to 3,900 and then 3,100. We're up at 7 right now. It is unfortunately on the other side of that particular cliff. So we descended too early. Danger of not knowing the terrain. So we're gonna climb a little bit and come back over to this way and go over this little saddle. And then if you look between straight and final, there's a red area, so we need to go around that as well. So I think what we want to do is fly up that valley and then do kind of a hard left onto the final, maybe. Descend quite a bit.
500. 500.
We want to head over into that little next valley over this hill. I just want to descend now at about 400 feet per minute. 300, 400-ish. I'm a little bit below the glide slope there. Glide path, we don't have a glide slope. Modulate my descent rate with power. We're getting a little further below, so we'll hang out here for a bit. May have to do a flyover and get some better idea of how this area looks. Okay, there we are about on the glide path, so.
500.
This is where not being able to look around is really devastating. Ah. Like, I have no idea where anything is, or... So that's supposed to be on final, but we are significantly below where we want to be. Really.
500.
There's our runway.
500.
And of course we have some bushes right on the end. Gonna make it an extremely short runway. Let's go uphill a bit, but that doesn't make up for having to dive onto the end of the runway.
500. 500. 500. 500. 500. 500. 500. 500.
A little bit of power to get the uphill going, and there we go. Going to beta. A little bit of reverse thrust. And now we have a tough takeoff. Alright, so what we do on here is we go menu, nope, we go flight plan menu, and then we say invert flight plan, enter. And then we mess up again. Nope. See, that's blinking. That's very confusing. Like, okay. And then we clear this. And then we have to go back down, and now we can enter the next one. Okay, we are at AYPR, now we're going to go to AYRJ. Forgot what it was now. AYRJ, okay. J. Oops. Neither of those approaches look super appealing to me. I guess we'll do 30. Alright, I'm gonna take just a quick break and I will be right back. Continue on the next leg. Okay. Oh boy, we're getting some rain. Which is flowing uphill, I guess because of the prop wind, maybe? I don't know. Okay, the next airport's at a much lower elevation at the end. So we're going to want to descend to 1,000 feet and pick it up here. And AYRJ. Okay. What happened to my map? Where's all my elevation data? I think I lost my settings. Alright, so let's take off from here and follow this out and come out this way. Unless we get high enough to climb over, and then we'll just shoot out that way, I guess. Alright, we should still be full flaps. Flaps 1 coming up, ease back on the power, reduce stress on the engine.
$500.
Why is there a giant mountain in front of me when it doesn't look like there should be? Alright, but airspeed of about 101 is our best climb, which is VY there on our speed tape. Go. And flaps up. I don't want to dive. I think I still want to climb some, which I am doing. We're only at 4,400 right now. still got this little outcrop here to get over. There's a little dot of yellow on it, but that's gone now, so should clear it by at least 1,000 feet. Go over here to the right a little bit. Just kind of converge with our original flight path here. A little too fast. Let's go ahead and get autopilot set. We'll just do altitude hold and a heading hold. Keep our speed up here a little bit. Not that much. So we went about 2,000 RPM here. And then at 2,000 RPM, our cruise can be up to 1840 torque, so we're below that. Okay. That's looking good. Now we can deal with our flight plan here a little bit. So let's just go ahead and converge a little faster here. We'll get nav mode on. We're quote unquote on the glide path here, just about. So I was thinking I'd just start descending, so we kind of stay with it. Once we get closer here, we'll be able to do VNAV, I believe. Actually, we might be able to just do approach. Let's try it. I don't know that it's safe to do that. All right, we caught a top of descent now. But I want to see if it'll pick up the approach from here. May not. So I may have to do VNAV. Okay. It looks like we're about to run into some mountains to me. Maybe we should have done this one 12 instead of 30. You know what? Let's do that. Altitude hold. Turn this way. heading. Just kind of zip around to the other side of the lake. Let's go procedure. Want to select a new approach. And we want 12. Straight. And activate. We look okay here, right? I'm not going to activate nav yet because I want to come around to this final. I don't want to be trying to do 180 right, like that narrow. And we want to hit, this is we want to hit straight at 1,000 feet. We're kind of well above that for now, but we'll deal with that when we get there. Let's kind of parallel the track right now. And let's get VNav off. Approach mode is already off. Let's set our altitude floor at 1,000 feet. Go ahead and start a relatively gentle descent here. Because I want to watch the terrain. If we need to, we can always fly out further. Like right now we're above the glide path, so. But that's if we went like straight to the runway. I think. I don't have pitot heat on, but our outside air temperature has been pretty warm, so I don't think that's a problem. Oh, I didn't update the little banner thing. We're going to AYRJ now, right? RJ. Terrible at remembering to update things. Need a second 4K screen. I saw some PC software that acts like a glass cockpit that you can run on a separate computer. I thought that might be kind of interesting. Let's make a turn here. Probably need to be a little bit more than that. And what we want to do is we want to be on final here. And we can do a direct to. They really need some published approaches for these things because they're so bad. Alright, direct to, and then activate, enter, and nav mode, vertical nav, approach mode. And now we can descend like a mad person.
500.
Probably should have slowed down a little bit more. Why are you doing that? I don't want to do that. Do not want autopilot. What's your malfunction, man? I have no idea where we're supposed to be going here. That little hole right there or something? I guess.
$500.
Not much winds. Pretty easy on that one. Go ahead and go all the way to the top though. Oh. Not see the terrain for all the grass there. Alright, well it should be pretty easy to get out of here anyway. Menu. Invert pipe plan. Click on that until the right thing is highlighted. Clear it. Enter. Enter new destination. Which is going to be AYYZ. And I'll remember to put it in OBS this time. Okay. And unfortunately this doesn't have the click to type option on it either. At least I don't think it does. I think it does. Oh, yeah it does. Okay, I'm a dork. AYYZ. That's so much easier than doing that. Enter to accept. Enter to accept. What? Oh, you have to click out of this. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, still easier. AYYZ. Currently at AYRJ, we're going to AYYZ. Long final up in the mountains that way and that way. So there's No easy way to do this. Like, why wouldn't you put the runway like this one? Fly up the creek here and land. Easy, easy, easy. And you have a canyon to fly out of if you have to do a missed approach. Okay, I think one thing we should do. Okay, well, let's go ahead and pick 21. We have to pick something to start with. And then let's do our en route as AYAN. And then we'll do another one that is AYEM. So we're going to fly up to here, down to there, and then maybe try and maybe catch just this, come in this way, catch final. If so, maybe we want to do, what happened to the 45-degree ones? I don't like any of these. I guess our best bet is straight, and we'll just have to go direct to final or manually, kind of a thing. Well, I'm kind of trying to fly more manually anyway, but. Okay, airport's at about 650. Add to flight plan after runway 12. Add to flight plan after runway 12. So kind of working backwards that way. We can file with ATC. Unfortunately, we cannot send to avionics in this plane. It'll load it the first time. So if you pre-set up a flight plan, the first time you spawn in, you'll get it, but not after that. Then after this, we have one more, AYAQ. Alright, now we select our procedure. Now we just want to load it because we have other waypoints to go to first. Okay, fly out, come around this hill, look for a gap in these unless we're over them. Fly out this way. Full flaps, max prop, rich fuel. Brakes on. The engine going here. Oh, back. Oh, too much elevator trim. Okay, first flap's up, got 2 to go. He's back on the throttle. Next notch of flaps up. 1 more to go.
Five hundred.
Didn't mean to dive for the ground there. I need a yoke. Nice thing about a yoke is you can grab it left-handed or right-handed very easily. I need a yoke and I need a glass cockpit.
500. 500. 500. 500. 500.
That is annoying. Will this shut that up? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Let's ease out on the RPMs a bit. And that looks pretty good. We don't want to break our engine. And that is hard to see. A little white plane on the yellow background. Suppose we could do a little autopiloting here. Why are you doing that? It's supposed to hold, it was on ROL mode, roll. It's supposed to hold my bank angle, not swerve to the right. At least let me look at my map and stuff. Can't think right now. Let's do a little sim rate. This is a longer light. That's still one notch of sim rate up. Better. So, airport's at 600 feet. I wonder how high we have to be at final. This is all, well, yeah, we're not going to fly up this part anyway, so. My plan is to roughly go over that marker, AYEM, and then kind of hug the side here and just go to final. Like so, try and stay over more of this and then come in final here. And if we miss this, we either have to do a hard left and fly up this canyon or smack into the walls here, I think. Okay, so hard left. Now in flight plan terms, I think what we want to do is go ahead and say we want to go direct to this final. That's more of a guideline. And that is going to be treacherous in there. You know, this says I should clear that. It sure doesn't look like it to me. We should clear that though. There's that tiny little spot of red right there. But red doesn't mean you're guaranteed to hit it. It just means it's going to be real close. 650 feet. Let's get one last. Well, I say one last, but it probably won't be the last. Might have to climb a little bit. One thing the autopilot does, it's really nice, is trim the plane out. We have to zoom in here a little bit and lose some context of where we are. There is some semblance of a glide path that we are currently way below, even though the runway is like 350 feet below us, 450 feet below us. Hey there. My other option is just fly over the airport and come around the other way and, well, fly over the airport and see what it looks like first. That would be the sensible thing to do. It's not over that next ridge. think I see it. I don't think it's completely loaded yet. It's a little blurry. Meet the blockheads. Probably related to that your bandwidth is low message. Alright, let's try one more. AYAQ. AYAQ. Nope. Wabag. This picked runway 5. It's never set us wrong before. Let's go look though. This is one of those mountain approaches. I would say 5 does not look promising. Try 23. We want to come up through here. Oh, I messed that up. I mean, that's good enough, actually. Then we're probably really gonna have to come up here and then dodge into 23, would be my guess. We could try it, it doesn't work though. Okay, well, we're gonna try 23. This won't really help us, but it'll at least give us something. Yeah, we won't really have the flight plan on here. Okay, so we're going to turn around and take off from here, make a hard right, and fly up the river valley here, a ways until we get to Rue. Then we need to turn into the canyons, stay to the right here, not this one, but kind of try to find our way up through here. Hey, things loaded. Looks much better now. I don't know if we're going to be able to get out of here with a hard ride or not. Let's get our autopilot set up a little bit to help us. Okay, heading is off initially. Altitude hold, I don't want. I think that should do it. About 60, there we go. First flap's coming up. All right. Smack the mountain. Alright, flaps are up. Prop RPM can come back a little bit. Maybe not that much. Here we need to take a left, try to follow the creek. autopilot pisses me off, man. Why did altitude hold come back on? There we go. Go left. One thing I didn't check is what is the altitude of our airport? 5,000 feet. Which means we're going to need to climb. Let's climb at least up to 5,500. Okay, up here we're going to need to make a sharp right. That's here and then across to here. Even though it doesn't put it into your flight plan, it does put the markers on the display there, though. Okay, so we're going to head out across here. Swerve around that until we get to Rue. Then make another hard right. Or a harder right. Oh, nice little valley here. So this is where we're going to come in. We're going to come up this valley here, around this hill, and try to catch this final. And I wish it was easier to get the flight plan into here at a detailed level, but it does not seem to be. So runway's actually at 5,000. There's no way that's true. Both ends of the runway cannot be at the same elevation. Not on these. These are not flat runways. Alright. That's probably Rue right there. I don't know why it has these other markers on here. Oh, those were marks I made and then deleted. They're not even in this flight plan, but they made it over here. Wild. Let's try something. Let's add this after roux, after the point after roux. After that one. Let's see, I want to change this to direct. Not gonna smack anything here, are we? They're showing up in real time. That is wild. So there, we have some little cookie crumbs. So we didn't have to zig here. We're well high enough that we can just fly straight over to here. But we do still need to be kind of careful. Especially as we get into this narrower canyon up here. We don't know what this is going to look like for sure. here. Over to there. Nope, we gotta ignore these. So around here and then on to final. Probably on this side of final, actually. We could climb a couple of feet here. And of course we're going to be in IFR conditions here in a minute. Looking for right at 5,000 feet. Alright, I'm gonna start slowing down. Okay, we're at 5.8 now. We want this to go down to 5,000. Okay, 120 and 108 is our next flaps. There's 120. And there's 108. I'd like to get visibility on this hill right here, and then we can come around this hill and get on our final. Which I assume is that one right there. don't hit anything. See if we can do VNAV and approach mode. That's not looking good to me. Oh, I've flown this approach before. I remember this hill. It is right where you want to be on the glide path. Okay, I'm seeing a problem here. I could probably make it over this. Then we're way high on our approach. Also, maybe I didn't fly this approach before. I don't know. There's our runway though. Yeah, we should have come around from the side and then turned into the runway. Okay, here we go. Got a big tree right in front of us. Ooh. So if we sit here for a minute, things might load. Like, that doesn't look right. Why is there a guy in a business suit at an outhouse? Oh, yep, it's kind of floating there. Huh. At least that's on the ground. Foliage looks pretty good. There's some weird lighting effect, like this is in the dark. Alright, well that's a tour of 5 different small runways in Papua New Guinea. In moderately bad weather, some of them. These are the ones we did. Started here, flew to that one, over to this one, and then up to this one. Those are pretty cool. And of course we've flown in and out of Goroka a lot. This is a crazy one. It's just over the hills from this one. Very difficult to approach. We flew into AIBA. That was the first custom download one that I flew into. I've not flown into that one yet. And I can't remember this one. And then I've got some others that I don't think I've checked out yet. Further down the coast here. Port Moresby is my one of my home bases in Neofly. Hey, how's it going? Somebody joined. Just been kind of messing around and doing different flights. Let's try this one. Okay, we've got a straight out departure here. Over to... Need to be able to turn off the clouds here so you can see what's going on. Oh yeah, that'll be fun. That's probably the way we want to approach it, but I would think we'd probably come in from this side. Another little airstrip there. We're right on our way. Landed this one, touch and go, landed that one. Yikes. One thing we definitely need to be able to do is get altitudes at a given point. Like, it'd be nice if this had an altitude on it. Thinking with the weather, this is not going to be an easy flight. So, yeah, it's a very high airport too, which makes it hard to land at. Harder to land at anyway. Well, let's go ahead and climb. I think we're going to need about 11,000. Might have to dodge some mountains. Start there anyway. So we'll use the autopilot to help us climb at 101. That's what we want. Got that armed. Set runway heading, and we'll start heading. Hold on. Okay. Should have 20 degrees of flaps. Got it all trimmed out.
500.
Okay, there's autopilot. Maybe. do some oxygen this time. Or the prop RPMs. Let's see what we can see over here on this map. So we're already above this runway. By seeing when things turn yellow, we get an idea of what altitudes they're at. It's like this is a very steep cliff. Else it would be scooching back. So our best bet would be to come in from this way. Wait, we didn't just do this one, did we? No, I just put these in. See how my little pilots are doing. I think that one's too tired to fly anymore. Cut across here and then come up that way. We probably don't need to climb much more. I'm gonna go ahead and let's dial back to 9,000. little bit of a wind pushing us to the left. We should be okay with that. Oh, here's our neofly. So I've been renting this Airbus 320. Hasn't been doing great, but I think I've learned something recently that will make it better, so I'm going to see if that improves my return. Will I be able to do this one? 33901 fuel. $6,000 worth of fuel, yes, and fly back. So it doesn't show on here, but AYPY is one of my bases, and so this is a $1.8 million job to fly back. So I have two hubs, one in Goroka and one in nearby Port Mosby. And what I've learned recently is set up airline missions. These seem to pay the best. So these airline missions are making a ton. There's even some cargo ones that are better, but how is that a cargo mission with 4 pounds of cargo? Oh, but see, it's 7,379 miles to carry 4 pounds of cargo. They want to pay $3.4 million. But that's a difficult distance to fly. You need pretty big planes to do that. I don't have any of those planes right now. And I don't want to fly these missions. I want to fly the ones from my airline. So that starts at these 1.8. So that's been helping my Airbus make more money. Let's see what it did on this last run. This seems to be buggy. Like, where's my Airbus here? Why do I have no record of my Airbus arriving? These are making rinky-dink money. So the only problem is my Airbus pilot is a little bit tired, but could probably make it. Maybe I'll wait a little bit and kick that off later. But when you fly a mission out of your hub along one of your loaded hub lines, and you have set this, so when you add a route, you can say generate return flight. When your NPC pilot arrives, they'll automatically pick up a return mission. And like, this is a pretty good one. This is the automatic picked up mission. 1.8 million, but I need to know how much it costs to fly out there before I know how much I really make. You know, I'm gonna let them rest a little bit, and then I'll see if I can go find out what's going on with that. All right, we're doing okay here. ways to go. A couple of my pilots are pulling in soon. So it looks like I made about 1.1 million on the way out there, and I should make about the same on the way back. Pretty bleak. So I think we want to kind of come in between here. There's a little bit of a higher area over here. Up around here maybe, and then on to final this way. Is there any way to add a point on your map to your flight plan? There should be. I think you can in the real thing. Really? Nope. Just let you pan around the map. Had to restart it. It's so weird that you can't see all the results. Like, I can see it here, right? I can see I got paid 1.8 million and I had to pay, well, where is it? Rental 737. So I can see that on my finance statement, but if I look at my pilot log, which is supposed to be here, it doesn't show up. Like something's broken. I know. Yeah, see, it's been here before. There's one. There's one. There's one. And then nothing recently. So I do not know. It's definitely not at the bottom because that's from 3/18, so it's more recent at the top. So I can only see it on finances, I can't see it on where I should. Suppose we could put like AYOI on there. AYOI. And I wonder, I bet it won't, but like, can I delete this one? Oh, it did let me. That's a terrible turn, but Maybe I should go to ADC instead. I wonder if we should come around this side and go like that, or should we come in this side and go like that? I think I'm going to come in this side though. Alright, let's see, how far are we from that? 17 nautical miles. 17 fiscal miles. It is bleak out here. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Swing out a little bit so when I turn and come across here and go to final, I won't be swinging out this wide. I don't want to go too fast, but I'm going to speed up because this is going to get too low. That's why. I still have my flaps down. I'm like struggling awfully hard here to speed up. Silly, silly me. Less noisy too. We are no longer going to AYAQ though. I need to update my label here. AYDY, right? Is that Sindeni, maybe?
Sindeni.
I don't think that's it. Alright, time to pay attention here. First, now let's definitely start slowing down here. Still not what I want. Okay, so we need to get down to 6,400 to start with. And try not to hit anything on the way down. Yeah, this is no good. 8,400, so that gives us 2,000 feet to descend. Should be okay. This thing is creeping out towards us here. We have two options. We can either turn out from it or stop descending. Then that makes it harder later if we can't get down to the altitude we need to be at for our approach. Even if it's just an ish approach. Okay, we're at 7,500. About 1,200 feet to go. The problem is going to be that most of this green is going to be dangerous by the time we descend 1,200 feet. Some pretty good rain now. Hey, we're out of that storm for a minute. Okay, this is our short final here. This is the point I'm going to aim for. Creeper here. I see some terrain ahead that I'm not happy with. Okay, I've lost all sense of where we are. And I think that's supposed to be the runway right there below us. So that's no bueno. Runway 29 is at 5,500 feet, so I need to be at 5,500 feet, which is 1,000 feet below where I am right now, if I'm going to find the runway. So I'm going to try again. Get a little bit better visibility this time, and I need to lose so much altitude, but like I feel like there's this ridge right here in front of me for one. So there's 5,500 feet. I think I see the runway across the way here. Currently below the runway, so I need to climb a little bit. I'm going to need some power. I hope that is a runway. Okay, that was exciting. We are stuck in the mud. I don't know what this thing is doing right now. Look at that. I don't know what's going on. Super strong winds? I think it's just terrain weirdness. Okay. So any requests? Well, the rest of the storm's passed now. Too bad you can't just go get in another plane here. Like, okay, I'll take this one. Nope. There we go. So we'll be able to see what's there. Okay, this is the one we just landed at. Flying in across here. There's another runway right behind us too there. Wonder which way you should come in on that one. Guessing from this side. There's like trees all over the place right here. 1,500 feet. Ooh, that's rough. That's like AIBA, I think. Yeah, 1454. This one's on a pretty good hill though, so it helps a little bit. Oops, didn't actually mean to do that. We'll check it out. Oh, and I put clear weather up. That start is a little rough. So on these ones, I find, at least in the Kodiak, going full flaps helps.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
So this one's kind of in a fishbowl here. You miss your landing, it's a little rough.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. 500. 500. 500. 500.
I don't know where it is. Up a little, I think. Right there, maybe?
500.
Yeah, that's it. Kind of a neat little strip. And then getting from here to Goroka is kind of interesting too. So I don't remember for sure, but I feel like you fly out this way and then you have to turn around and fly up a little valley here, and then you get onto the valley where Goroka is. Ah, shoot. And the Goroka is AYGA. And for that, we want like a 35. Let's do left to make it easy. I don't understand what happened to... I feel like Goroka should have like an RNAV approach. I know it did the other day. Yeah, so we take off here. Need to come out this way, make a right, and then make a left up this valley. And then up this way into the Goroka. Let's give that a shot real quick. So here's where we make a little right. And if we were staying low, we could fly up this valley and around, or we could just cut across here. This plane has enough horsepower to just climb it. Let's say heading FLC, we'll climb. I'm at 140. I hate this altitude knob, it's so broken. There we go. Super climb. I am very confused what happened to my RNAV approaches on here. God dang this thing. So freaking useless. Don't hide what I'm trying to see. It's nice when you're trying to learn a new plane, but enter. Oh, because this says 17 left, that's the problem. Well, is it? Hey there, just been flying around Papua New Guinea, trying out different airports. Probably gonna be my last flight though, I think. Let's just look on here, because I swear Goroka should have, I need to pick the runway here for sure, 35 left. Huh. They broke it somehow? I'm not crazy, right? I mean, maybe, but what happened to my... I'm gonna go back and watch the video on that, because I'm pretty sure it had one. Alright, let's go altitude down, VNAV armed. Direct. Activate. Oh. Approach. Okay, 38, flaps 1. on 20, flaps 20. And then 108, flaps full. Our airport. So in my opinion, this Kodiak does not fly these approaches very well. It always seems to come into the side of some of these runways and stuff.
$500.
Welcome to Goroka Airport. There's my little turnoff, right? This is the downloadable scenery from somewhere. I'll look it up in just a second. And you cannot pull into the hangars. Hey, there's a jet here. I was a little disappointed. It's like the hangars are solid walls. You can't get in there. Alright. Oh, I forgot to get the flaps up. Shame on me. Wow, there's razor wire there. Can people? Nope, I can't go in there either. Alright, well I think that's it for me for this evening. Hope you all have a good day, good evening. I'll catch you next time. Oh, that was AYGA. I always forget to update the labels. Terrible. Bye.